I know na may race, na may paghahanda akong race, I would like, in addition to teaching indoor cycling, parang punta ako sa studio earlier and then practicing my routines. I'm gonna do it as a training also for me kasi it's not just, dancing eh. Parang later on, it's gonna be discussed na parang paano siya nakaka-help talaga, like the specifics.
Alright.
So, yeah. Welcome to the Cycling Matters podcast, your weekly dose of discussions about our love for bike. This episode is brought to you in cooperation with Cyclo. Hi, I'm King.
And I'm Karen.
In this episode of the Cycling Matters podcast, we have guests from CycleHouse Indoor Cycling. For the past 12 episodes, we've been talking about a lot of stuff about cycling outdoors, bike commuting, long-distance cycling, cycling for leisure or sport. This week's episode is a little different. We're going to talk about how cycling can also be an effective workout through indoor cycling. But before everything else, subscribe to the Cycling Matters podcast on Spotify, YouTube, and other podcast platforms. We release new episodes every Monday. Just search Cycling Matters, tap subscribe or follow, and enjoy the discussion. All right. So first, I want to ask Karen.
Ooh, what is it?
Have you tried indoor cycling before?
Oh no, I haven't. I haven't tried.
All right. So, since you haven't tried, never, what do you think of indoor cycling as a workout or as an activity? Parang, what are your impressions of, indoor cycling?
Well, in all honesty, because when I think of indoor cycling, the first ones that come to mind are like Soul Cycle, the one in the US, Soul Cycle, Ride Rev, this. I'm trying not to sound negative, but it comes off a little bit as I feel like it's not supposed to be like that, but then it's a little for like higher class people with who wear like these crop tops and these leggings, and then I mean with the cycling kit I'm already a little conscious, but at least it covers my body. But
right.
I feel like if I go to an indoor cycling class, I'll feel pressured to like wear all those sexy outfits. And I'm not comfortable yet with that. Not yet.
Right.
So, or I don't know, it feels like they're their own like thing. I don't know. It and I guess as a cyclist, someone who like really rides my bike on the road, I'm not really sure like how similar it is, because from what I know, a lot of it involves like some dance ish type, because I have a lot I don't really know them personally, but then the people I know who are instructors in other studios, they're actually dancers, and I'm not sure if they know how to bike. So that's just for me as a cyclist. I don't mean to like put it down.
No, it's okay. So I'm also I'm a former coach.
This is news to me.
No, because before sa previous episodes, parang I've been talking about my bike commute to Ortigas. So this is the cycling studio that I go to for part-time work. But yeah, we're gonna learn more about indoor cycling in general later on. So this week's episode, you have our guests from CycleHouse. So first, we have Coach Mitch. She's the head coach of CycleHouse Indoor Cycling. She's Les Mills certified, and she has been coaching for 15 years already. Hi, Coach. And we have Jolo. So he's been riding the classes in CycleHouse for around 2 years now. So welcome.
Hello.
Welcome. Hi.
Hello.
Thank you for inviting us.
All right. So
Wait, just before we start anything, I'm curious because I'm really clueless about this. What's Les Mills? Les Mills?
Les Mills.
Actually, hindi ko rin alam eh.
Les Mills, it's like a certifying body based in New Zealand and
Okay.
Australia, and they certify instructors to teach body combat, body jam, body pump, RPM, and all those classes that you can attend to in different gyms around the world.
Oh, wow. Cool.
So sometimes pag punta ka sa iba-ibang gyms, like before like Gold's Gym,
Yes.
Fitness First, may kita mo like Les Mills. It's a group activity class.
Okay.
So group workout, usually ganun. So you need Les Mills certified coaches to, to facilitate a class, to teach a class. Ganun siya.
Today I learned. Well, because as someone as a bit of an outsider to this community. So I'm just wondering how you guys got into indoor cycling. Coach Mitch.
Oh, okay. More than a decade ago, I was also cycling kasi has been here as a group exercise in different gyms for like at least 2 decades na. And so I got hooked into it. I was also a rider, but cycling wasn't so popular that time. And then I got so passionate about it. So I got myself certified. And then eventually I also began to teach other programs along with cycling, like body pump, body combat. And so, yeah, it's because of the love and the passion.
That's super cool. Okay, how about you, Jolo?
Well, for me, I think same as you, Karen, na parang it was the hype created by indoor cycling, because you've heard of these other studios na Ride Rev, Electric, and all those other studios. And then I stumbled upon CycleHouse when I went boxing in Elite in Ortigas.
Okay.
So I was actually curious. So my mom and I tried it out, and then it was fun naman. It was a really, really good workout. So I started getting addicted. Well, not say addicted, but
Yes, addicted.
yeah. Well, I mean, like, I got hooked lang when I started to see results.
Oh,
Na
wow.
it's such an effective workout for me. I lost 50 pounds.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
That's intense.
in a span of
In a
how
span
long?
of a year.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
huge. It's huge. Oh.
So, ayun. So, I guess, like, the effectivity of the workout is what got me hooked.
Curious, does your mom also still join CycleHouse?
Yeah, she still joins naman
Oh,
every
that's so cute.
classes. Yeah.
Ako naman, I was just, sinabi ng sister ko, nung bago pa yung CycleHouse, sabi, Kuya, may naghahanap daw sila ng coach, gusto ng lalaki. Kasi yung first batches of coaches, puro girls, yung sinabi mo, naka-crop top, mga gano'n. So, they're looking for a guy coach, sabi nila. Tapos, so, I wanted to apply. So, that's why I started to ride classes sa CycleHouse. Before, parang, I remember, I rode my bike pa to CycleHouse. Tapos, I wanted to impress the head coach.
Wow.
Because, so, I rode my class. I brought my bike into the studio, and then, after the class, I was wearing my helmet na. And ganyan. So, parang, preparing to ride out. And then, Coach Mitch comes out, and then like, oh, King, mag-ano ka pa? Mag-ride ka pa? Pauwi? Wow, that's so impressive. Like, so ako chill lang ako. Yes, coach, yun talaga eh. But deep inside, like, yes, mission accomplished.
Nice, pogi points.
But yeah, so I wanted to be a coach kasi parang I've been into cycling na for around 2 years na back then. So, yun, super fun ng cycling, and indoor cycling is also fun. I used to do it sa Gold's Gym. And yun, so might as well earn from cycling.
Yes, that's a dream. So you guys have been doing this workout for a long time now, like at least 2 years for all of you. What makes you keep doing indoor cycling classes? Let's start with Coach Mitch again.
What keeps me teaching?
Yes.
I also ride the classes of other coaches. Well, it's just really the love of the music and pedaling with the beat and being able to like move along with what you feel, and then burn a lot, sweat a lot without knee pain or impact on the knees.
Right.
So when I feel like very lazy, I'll just sit on a bike and then just spin.
Okay, how about you, Jolo?
For me, aside from the effectivity of the workout itself, siguro it's the community that Coach Mitch and King built in CycleHouse. Like, it's it's what really makes it a house. Yun. So,
Yes.
yun. It's the community and the effectivity of the workout.
How about
Yeah, actually before, like, usually kapag I know na may race, na may paghanda akong race, I would like, in addition to teaching indoor cycling, parang punta ako sa studio earlier and then practicing my routines. I'm gonna do it as a training also for me kasi it's not just, dancing eh. Parang, so later on, it's gonna be discussed
Yes.
na
Okay.
parang paano siya nakaka-help talaga, like the specifics.
Alright.
So, yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So, I think Jolo touched on this earlier, so we'll start with him. Personally, what are the changes you've noticed about yourself, like maybe health and fitness that you think was brought about by indoor cycling? So, you mentioned the weight loss, but
Yeah.
are there other things that you think changed?
Actually, yeah. So recently lang we started running with our head coach. So yun. Actually almost every weekend naman. Well, when I have the free time, I really try to join dun sa runs na yun. So every Saturday or Sunday we run around 10K.
Wow.
Yeah. So what I noticed lang ever since I started indoor cycling was that my endurance got better. So that's one thing that changed. And of course, like everything started getting my body started getting more toned to that, fact. So yeah. It's there.
Okay, how about you, Coach Mitch?
The changes,
Yeah, what
physical,
physical,
everything.
like,
Okay,
fitness.
overall, siguro physical first would be, endurance-wise and getting very fit. And cycling is so much similar to running. So even if I don't run for, let's say, a month and just want to get back to running, it's easy for me to go back and do a 10K anytime because it's just like doing an hour of cycling. So it's almost the same kind of burn and same kind of muscles. So so physical, yeah. I get to burn and eat.
Nice.
Yes.
And the second would be with cycle and cycling house. I am actually very introvert. So, but with CycleHouse, I became less, tight and became more social, or parang I opened myself up with the different kinds of people. So I became more of like a, not extrovert, so at least less introvert probably. So there.
How about you, King?
Oh, for me before, I noticed naman sa outdoor cycling. So, paano siya nagta-translate, for example? For me, like, kasi most of the time sa indoor cycling classes, you're riding out of the saddle. So, mostly you stand. And that's para you can like do the moves. So, for me naman, outdoor cycling, so I get to ride out of the saddle longer.
Okay.
So meaning like I feel like my muscles are stronger, my quads and my climbing muscles essentially. So before like my routine was like I would ride indoor cycling during the weekdays, and then by the time na weekend sa longer rides, it's more like get feeling the changes, yung mga improvements. I'm stronger na. Oh, I get to like ride out of the saddle longer and stronger. So it's more like that performance-wise.
I see. Okay, so maybe let's just get more into the nitty-gritty of indoor cycling itself. So, what is indoor cycling for you guys?
What is it? Where to start?
Maybe let's ask Coach.
Okay.
Mitch.
I'm prepared for that. Nice. So indoor cycling is just basically a group exercise, just like all the other exercises, except that it's held inside a room and you are trying to simulate the outdoor. It started with that, like simulating the outdoor cycling world. Like there are terrains, you make the riders feel that they're climbing a mountain, making them feel they're sprinting, and in general, indoor cycling targets the basic components of physical fitness, namely, Coach King, no? Namely endurance, strength, speed, power, and for indoor cycling, specifically, we added coordination and core. But I think also in the outdoor cycling world, there's a lot of core. So we added some upper body movements to indoor cycling. So you can also get stronger when you cycle outside, like doing longer on the aero bar.
Yeah.
You need to strengthen your upper, your arms, your shoulders, and your back. So indoor cycling is generally was a simulation of the outdoor, but it evolved now. It became more of like a combination of outdoor cycling and at the same time some rhythm and some dancing on some parts. Yeah, and it's a non-impact activity, so there are no worries about getting your knees injured, and high calorie burning also, just like running. And at the same time, it's a fun activity.
Are there?
Ano
sorry,
yung,
sorry.
sorry. Ano yung,
Okay.
may iba kasi like there's a general term na parang spin class.
Okay.
Parang, ano yung mga difference? For example, like, is it the same as spinning or is it the same as RPM?
Oh yeah. Cycling kasi in general, that's what you call the spinning and the indoor cycling world. Yeah, but when you say spinning, it's like patented already, and you have to be certified by the spinning, let's say like a Mad Dog certification, who coaches or certifies coaches to teach spinning only. So that doesn't involve any upper body movement. So that's very similar to RPM, which Les Mills naman is a certifying body. So they're
Right.
very different certifying bodies, but they're of the same kind of cycling where there's no, upper body movement. It's generally just the terrain outdoors. And then after that came the indoor cycling with the upper body movements, and that's a different naman. That's a different kind of exercise, but they're both targeting the same kinds of muscles, except that there's more dancey on the indoor cycling. So the studios now that they are more towards the indoor cycling than the spinning and RPM type.
I'm just wondering what RPM is. I'm not really sure what it is. Or revolutions per minute?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Noted. Okay.
So parang branch
I wasn't
siya.
because it's a term, right? Revolutions per minute. Like how many?
It is, yeah.
Okay. Noted. I'm learning so much already. Okay. So, you kind of touched on it, but maybe you could elaborate how indoor cycling improves one's fitness.
So just like what I said a while ago, it helps you improve all the components of physical fitness. So it's in general a very like holistic kind of workout. Not only endurance, speed, power, strength, but core as well. And how else can it improve, right? A physical. Okay. Maybe for indoor cycling, you get to work on more upper body than what we used to before. Unlike spinning, there's generally legs.
Yeah.
So indoor cycling also can help you tone your upper body, your tricep, bicep, and plus you get to do some dumbbells on the bike. So you don't really sprint, but you're just moving your legs on the saddle, and you're doing some tricep, bicep, back, and shoulder workout. So it's very holistic.
So in CycleHouse, CycleHouse, they provide the dumbbells.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Pero hindi naman siya yung like hardcore, like super
Yeah.
bigat. It's just
Very
2 to 3
light.
pounds lang.
2 to 3
Okay.
pounds, and then like you do repetitive moves to activate the muscles. Parang ganun.
Ooh, I see.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, I want to ask King in particular because he's also a outdoor cyclist. I'm used to saying cyclist in general, but
Yeah.
I was wondering if indoor cycling is a good training alternative for cyclists.
Yeah, like what I mentioned before. So I parang ang daming disciplines na same, and like you can train for example, what Coach Mitch said kanina na parang endurance, or you can also target your power and your speed. So basically your performance. But personally, yun, kanina sabi ko like my climbing muscles, ganyan. But also, for example, endurance. For example, we always ride the Audax, for example, 200 kilometers. Parang it's like you prepare your heart, your cardio endurance, for example. Then also like sometimes I want to lose weight for a race. Indoor cycling, grabe makabawas ng
Yes.
bigat. Like intense. Just one, you just parang 1 hour lang of working out, and then like you burn so much calories. Um, Even after the class, you're still burning kasi you can still feel your body, like may metabolize. So it's more like that. And then you also develop like your discipline when you're training, when you're working out. So I mean, at least for me.
So how do you think it would translate to your performance in outdoor cycling in general? Like aside from,
Oh,
or is it
I-
really just endurance?
no, it's
No.
endurance, and then so more than that, parang yun nga, you target the muscles. So for example, there's core workout. You need core for cycling kasi
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
where you get your power. And also, for example, your form also on the bike. There's a lot of like discipline involved, and when you're working out, you wanna target specific fitness components that you need when you wanna perform better outdoors. So a lot of things na I mentioned before nga, yun nga, nasa sa indoor cycling. And that's what I really appreciated. Especially when we're training before to be a coach. Grabe. Grabe As in like, hindi na ako maka-ride outdoors. Kasi like every day, every morning, like 6 o'clock, we're gonna train like 2-3 hours. And then, sakit ng katawan buong araw.
Oh no.
And then, hindi ako nakaka-ride outdoors. And then, nung done na yung training, I started riding again. And then, I saw my stats na talagang puro personal best sa Strava, puro PR. Like, I got faster talaga. And it's all because of the fitness improvements from indoor cycling. Kasi I didn't do anything It's just the
Okay.
training, it's just the working out. So, yeah.
Yeah, can I add? Like, I remember when I did my first Ironman, I didn't also have the time to do outdoor cycling. But as you all know, there's a 90K bike on the half Ironman.
Yeah.
So I wasn't worried about the swim and the, but I was very much worried on the bike. But come to think of it, I'm a cycling instructor. So what am I worried about? But I just didn't have the time. But during the race, I was amazed na I was able to finish it. And finish it. Good time naman. Not so slow, but not so fast either. But the thing is, if you train with if you want to train for an outdoor race and you're kind of scared of a training outdoors, I'm very much scared of the road. So I also thought na maybe it's the same kind of workout, it's the same kind of exercise. So I guess I was able to prove naman na if you are scared of the road and you want to train for a bike race, indoor cycling is a good alternative for that.
Yeah, exactly. Because, for example, when you join races, the routes are closed. Roads, walang cars. I mean, usually, dapat.
Yes.
So, if you really want to train outdoors, usual cases kasi, you ride sa roads with cars. So, meron siyang danger
Yes.
na kasama. But if
Not
you're
only
not...
cars, dogs,
Exactly. Lahat.
kids,
Yes.
humps and pebbles.
So yeah, if you wanna like train, without worrying about other factors, parang indoor cycling really is a good alternative for training. So yeah.
Okay. So on to the next question. Can anybody try indoor cycling? Maybe you can start with Jolo.
Yeah, anybody could really start with indoor cycling. Coming from me, I'm not very athletic and I don't have any sport. But I guess my love for fitness really started with indoor cycling. So before doing indoor cycling, I did a few boxing classes lang rin, like those one-on-one boxing classes. And then, I wasn't as dedicated to it as compared to when I started indoor cycling. Kasi, dun ko lang nakita talaga na this workout is so effective. What I'm getting my money's worth, I'm getting the value because I see results. So, I guess that's one. And also, yeah, basically anybody could start it.
Coach Mitch and King. what do you think? Can anybody try indoor cycling?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much cover Jolo. You can just and from my experience and from training also, like the coaches, really like they're attentive naman to everyone in the studio especially for the first timers. So like if it's their first time, parang the job of the coaches is to make sure na you ride safe and you're safe doing the workout buong time. So anybody can try it. And sabi mo parang nakaka-pressure, like minsan nakaka-intimidate probably, but really it's your workout so you could just try it and then
That's true.
diba?
Yeah.
Well, actually, with CycleHouse, you guys look very friendly. I was referring to other studios.
Sino to?
No, but I see Instagram stories and you guys look very friendly. But I have a question. Usually, how big are your classes? You mentioned that coaches are very attentive and able to adjust to everyone's needs. So around how big is each class?
Actually, we have around 27 bikes.
Okay.
Some classes get really filled.
Mm-hmm.
So, yun, usually there's one coach teaching,
Mhm.
or there are some others na tandem rides na
Okay.
two coaches teach on the podium. And then for first timers, the staff and the coach would really like be super welcoming na rin, so that they could also feel na they're welcomed, and at the same time they're very in safe and
Yes.
good hands.
Yes, and to add to that, all the coaches are trained to be very observant and to be able to adjust the intensity of their classes based on the majority of their riders' fitness level. So, yeah.
Okay. So, Coach Mitch, what kind of equipment would people need to try spinning?
Oh, equipment. Well, the bikes are already there, and we offer cycling shoes, so you don't really need to bring your trainers, unless we do offer other classes that would be needing some trainers also. But generally, if you just want to do the cycling class, just bring socks and good breathable workout clothes. Towels are provided, and hydration, maybe a water bottle would be, yeah.
Yeah, so some of our listeners, since nagbabike sila, if you have SPD or SPD SL Shimano cleats, yun yung compatible sa CycleHouse. So the pedals there are actually reversible.
Yes.
So mountain bike cleats,
Proud to
your
say.
cleats. You can just go there, like bring it, and
Okay.
then hindi mo na kailangan hanapin yung correct size kasi yun na yung shoes mo eh.
Nice.
So yeah, hindi rin kailangan na crop top.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wala namang requirement. Parang
Definitely.
Just require na as long as you're comfortable. And
Okay,
like,
that's
you
good.
know. But sometimes like may mga themes before like
Yeah.
and then riders would
We would
Yeah.
wear costumes.
diba?
I mean, that's okay. I mean, it's usually, well, I think it's good. Like, well, I also see in the photos and Instagram stories that a lot of people who join CycleHouse, they don't really wear crop tops, or they wear what's comfortable to them, I think.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So that's good. I'm like that. I mean, like maybe if I had a better figure
I
or
really
something.
don't hate crop tops naman.
no, I don't.
Like,
It's just more of like because if everyone is wearing crop tops and like you're the only one who's not, diba? So wala. Okay. So last question for this particular segment. What types of people should do indoor cycling, if any? Like any of you can answer.
Well, first would be anyone who has a certain goal, fitness related. Like if you have a goal like just to get stronger, or to build your endurance for the triathletes or bikers or runners, it's a very good workout. And for those who have a certain weight goal in mind, it's also good. And also those who want to build or get toned, indoor cycling would be a good workout for you. And for those who are very lazy to work out alone, I suggest, and if you also love music. And lastly, it's also highly recommended to those who just had knee injuries. Cycling is a recommendation usually by ortho, especially
Yes.
like I had a couple of basketball players who just had like MCL, so they were really recommended to do cycling.
Do you have anything to add, Jolo? He just drank water.
Sorry.
It's okay.
It's fine. Yeah, actually, anyone naman in particular, I guess. Anyone, as long as you're in good health as well. And, yeah, as to, like, reiterate what Coach Mitch said, if you have, like, a weight goal or just so that you want to be stronger, you want to be, yun, fit overall, I guess you really should come try it out.
Yeah.
Or you want to take a photo for your Instagram,
Ayun,
then
yeah.
you can also
Yeah, that's if you want to join, the hype,
Yeah,
you know,
you just wanna, try it out because of the hype, one-time thing.
yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that naman.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
this is a legit workout.
I think sometimes it starts that way and then...
Yeah.
I mean, didn't go. That's how it started for me.
No, but you stayed. That's what matters.
Yeah,
right?
it's
Yeah. It's an effective workout, legit results, and like, bonus na lang yung
Yeah.
hype.
And like music is really a big part of it. As in, if you love music and you love working out to the beat of the music, then yeah.
I know, like everything, like, and it's not just like, okay, trip ko tong music na to, tara, yan. It's like it's a structured workout. So there's a coach, and then we make sure na this workout is structured, follows a particular routine na tried and tested by Coach Mitch. All right, so now that we're more familiar with the workout with indoor cycling, we're now kind of curious about your personal experiences, as a rider and as a coach. So we want to know what are your best and worst or
Worst?
funny? I don't know. I
Okay.
mean, maybe
Sige,
best.
sige.
But if you want to share like a worst, I prefer funny experiences of
sige.
riding or
Funny.
teaching.
Fun.
So parang
Funny. I guess siguro funny or worst na lang siguro. If you're not really into, like, let's say for example, you booked a ride and then you're not really in the mood, or like
Right.
wala ka sa sarili mo or ganon, or like let's say you booked a ride, you don't want to waste your money, and then you're sick at the same time. So it really affects your performance eh.
Right.
But
yeah.
then I've also had those days na it was actually one of the best experiences na rin. Because after the ride, parang you feel so energized, na you wanna move pa more, ganon. So, I guess really it's both that combination. Siguro one of the best na rin, when you're able to reach your goal at the end of each class, na when you do like a PR with how much you burn.
Right.
So, we just did like a 90-minute class last Saturday. Grabe, my burn was like around 1,050.
Oh my God.
Insane for that class.
Intense.
Yeah. So, yun. I think that's the most I've burned.
Yeah, kasi it's also satisfying, especially for those na gumagamit ng tracker. So for example, me, Fitbit.
Yeah.
I also check my heart rate throughout the class. Nakita ko kung saan ako nagpi-peak and then kung gaano katagal sa peak. Ilan yung amount of calories I burn per minute. Especially when I teach classes. So I get to compare the classes. When I ride classes, I also get to compare my performance. So yeah, I mean, yun for me Parang kapag best for me din talaga kapag, whoa, galing ko dito ang lakas ko it's super satisfying, it's super rewarding also.
And also the community rin. You know that you're not alone. You're going through whatever they're also going through.
I know.
And yun nga.
We suffer together.
Yes.
Suffer.
Yes.
No, but it's really fun. As in, it's also a good workout kasi the people around you and the people that surround you, they're actually like they have the same goals as you are, which is to overall be fitter, be better, have a better health as well. So, yeah, I mean, if you really surround yourself with people who have the same goals, I think you'll get to your goal faster, which is one of the best, I think, na experiences.
How about Coach Mitch? Like, best.
Des. Well, maybe best experiences would be like seeing a rider grow and get stronger from start and to finish, and then see where he is right now. He has lost weight, or he has become stronger, or now before he cannot finish a minute standing up, now he can do like 1 hour climbing, getting faster, and riding more regularly. So I think that's one of the best experiences that I can share. But if you want a funny experience,
Yes. Yes, please.
there's so much because I forgot some. But well, first would be like wardrobe defects. You'll never know what happened to your cycling shorts. No one's gonna tell you. Like none of your students. Like even if you're facing your back at them, like during the weights part, you'll never know. No one will tell you that it has already like a slit open.
Oh no.
Yeah, so like only after the class you'll find out that, oh shit, my underwear
Yeah.
showing already. And that's why I stopped wearing cycling shorts, or I started wearing longer tops. Tops that would hide my butt. And maybe other funny experiences, or maybe a recent funny experience would be like I kept on calling this rider because like you like meet so many people
Yeah.
every day, and like as you get older, you get lose you lose some of those like brain cells, and I just kept on thinking of this rider called, I thought she was like, what did I call her? Kim. So I kept on calling her Kim. And then she was so nice naman. So she was like nagbebeso pa siya. Bye Kim, thank you for riding my class for like a week. And then none of the coaches were correcting me. I was like telling them like, Kim is so pretty, she's so nice. And then I always call her out during the class. How are you, Kim? And then doing like thumbs up sign, go Kim. And then only to find out there, she's so nice naman not to tell me na that's not my name. So after a week, I found out her name was Zoe, and I was like, oh, Zoe.
Zoe, yeah.
She's so nice not to tell me na, Coach, that's not my name.
How did you find out?
Through the coaches. One day, she just, walked past us, and I said, oh, Kim's leaving now. No, that's not Kim. Yeah, so.
Oh my God.
It happens a lot, but that was really big time.
Yeah.
For an entire week.
For entire week. And she kept on riding pa all of my classes for that week.
Yeah, but it's a real problem,
Yeah,
especially for
I would,
me.
I would imagine.
Names.
Yes.
Like, you have so many students, so you're bound to
Yeah.
forget. And there's, you're also thinking about the routine, so.
Yeah, so, sometimes pa, what I do, like, bababa ako ng bike, and then, parang kausapin ko per rider. And then, like, sa recovery, and then, kumusta? Oh, how are you doing? Oh, looking strong, ah. And then, first name basis. So, sunod-sunod. And then, biglang nakalimutan. Nakalimutan ko yung name ng isang rider sa gitna, and like, you. Hey, good job. And then, moving on. That's really a problem. I mean, hirap. But yeah. So, that's it.
That's funny. Oh, but it's okay. I mean, but it's still. I'm sure you have good intentions.
Yes.
Oh. Okay, so we're going to move now to our second segment. So, Jolo and Coach Mitch have been talking about their indoor cycling experiences, mostly from their studio called CycleHouse Indoor Cycling, and that's in Ortigas Center. And in previous episodes, King would talk about commuting to and from his part-time work, which was being a coach at CycleHouse. So, so guys, can you tell us everything about CycleHouse? Let's start with Coach Mitch.
Okay. CycleHouse we started planning CycleHouse back in 2016. Then we brainstorm for like what kind of workout do we want to give in CycleHouse. But actually, we didn't call it CycleHouse pa nga. We called it Elite before because the boxing studio was called Elite.
Okay.
So you wanted to call it Elite Cycle. But eventually, our big boss called it CycleHouse. And 2016, and then we started hiring and training our first batch of coaches on the last quarter of 2016, and then January 2017, second week, that's when we first did our classes. So we opened to the public like second week of January, and then ongoing until now. Then we used to have like only 4 coaches, and then eventually now we have 4 batches now, and yeah, we have like at least 4 classes a day, got lunch or morning, and we have at least 3 at night, and then 4 to 5 classes during weekends. And we also offer different kinds of classes, not just cycling, which we call Fun Ride, which is good for like 55 minutes. But we also have classes called Spin Hit, which is half or 30 minutes cycling and 30 minutes like high intensity interval training, which focuses on a certain body part. Like there's a day for glutes and abs, a day for the upper body. There's full body workout. There you go, for the whole week. And we also have like a level up kind of class, which we call E-Ride or Endurance Ride, which is a longer version of Fun Ride, which is more challenging and has some moves that are very advanced.
So how long is the Fun Ride and how long is the E-Ride?
Fun Ride is 55 and the E-Ride is 1 hour 10.
And it's more complex.
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about the coaches of CycleHouse?
What? Parang ang mysterious.
Who are they?
I just had to.
Well, we've got our head coach over here, Coach Mitch, and then Coach King.
Hello. Hi.
Tell us more about coaches, no?
Yeah,
Yeah, the coaches, they actually do not have a real background on fitness, or they don't have any experience on teaching at a certain gym, but it's just their love and passion to get stronger and to do cycling that made them want to audition and get trained. And they came from different walks of life. Generally, we've got some professors from different universities, and we also got
We have a
people.
we have a nurse.
Yeah, a nurse.
Yeah.
We got some people working at corporate world, and those are always out of the country, but they fly in. And then what else? Did we miss people? Generally, they just love cycling, and they weren't really certified, but it's because of their training and their passion. That's why they
And
started
also
coaching.
some coaches rin. Like they were riders before. So they actually know na how the workout goes. So yun, it's really close knit community.
It looks like it from your stories.
Yeah,
So cute.
I mean, tsaka, like, I don't know, our coaches, kasi parang we have our different styles when we teach. So, one of the things na people like sa CycleHouse, na when you ride different classes, different coaches, it's different, the style, and then everything else. But everyone follows the same structure.
Okay.
So there's in a way fidelity to the program, to the training program of CycleHouse. So parang you make sure na it follows the protocols na you work out na it's fun, safe, and effective. Boom. But really it's that kasi of course kapag hindi na follow yung protocol or yung program, parang medyo dangerous siya. Magiging unsafe, magiging ineffective. I mean, we know some 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 indoor cycling moves na parang baka hindi masyadong effective. So we want to make sure na everything's effective. So
And safe.
and
Yes.
safe
Yes.
and fun.
Yes.
That's very important.
Ako coach parang minsan may tulad ng fun ride. And then riders would be like, "Coach, kala ko ba fun ride? Parang ang hirap naman masyado." So,
Parang they say, I died.
I died. That's how we have fun.
Yeah, we die and we resurrect at the end.
Yes, we suffer fun way.
Just kidding.
That's our definition of fun.
Yeah.
Dying. Joke.
But it's not just about, getting tired. It's not just about pagod lang. But, it's really like you target the muscles, you target the fitness components, and with the same goals nga in mind. Want to get stronger, want to get faster, etc.
Nice. Coach Mesh, you mentioned earlier that you offer different classes. So how different are these classes in CycleHouse from other indoor cycling studios?
Well, one class siguro that we offer, yun nga, yung spin hit.
Mhm.
So that's very new and different from other cycling studios. Yun nga, 30 minutes spinning and then 30 minutes of, or minsan umabot pa nga ng 1 hour of like high intensity interval training. So the hit portion would be able to like rev up your metabolism to burn fat faster. So yun, I mean, if you're looking for a good cardio and strength training, so I think are we the first to offer? Yes, right? Yes. Don't
Yes.
quote me
I
on
think
that. Don't
so.
quote me on
Coach Mesh
that.
is shrugging.
We want to hope.
Yeah, we hope
We
we're
hope
the
that
first.
we were the
but
first.
yeah, compared to other cycling studios, we have that workout. And siguro, I've also tried other indoor cycling studios rin kasi.
Mhm.
And the experience from CycleHouse is so different because your whole body hurts after like one class.
Mhm.
And then with other cycling studios naman parang, okay, napagod ako. But that's it. So, yun.
Yeah. What's so special about the spin hit kasi? There's a cycling room, there's a studio, nandun yung indoor cycling. And then, at CycleHouse, after the spin portion, that's around 30 minutes, punta sa back door and may mat area
Yeah.
kasi katabi niya yung elite. So,
There's like a space for
Yes.
a circuit.
And we got
training
equipment
type
like
of,
kettlebells,
kaya siya mas
dumbbells, got
complete.
rollers.
So, parang sa indoor cycling mismo, holistic workout siya. But you get to rev up nga your workout by doing hit pa after. So, yeah.
So with other indoor cycling studios, do they have weights as well or not really?
They have naman. Parang it's a staple now with other indoor cycling studios
okay.
na they offer lightweight dumbbells.
Okay.
So that at least you could work on your upper body as well.
Mhm.
Yan.
Oh, okay. Noted.
Maybe what's also different with our classes is or are some coaches, they love to do like lower body exercises after the class, like Coach King. And I also love to finish my class like aside from the dumbbells for the upper body. So like when the heart rate is much lower or when you have recovered, just before we stretch, we do some like lunges, squats, or tapping those small muscle groups that you cannot really work out while you're on the bike.
Yeah.
Like the lunges in particular, like the butt, shape your butt, and you can't really shape your butt while on the bike, or you cannot do tap the inner thigh, so you can do like sumo squats. So really make it our whole upper, lower, and a lot of lower, more lower.
Yeah.
So that's what makes us different.
It really sounds holistic talaga eh. As in, so upper and then your endurance. Lahat na eh. Wow. Okay. So I think for those who are interested in CycleHouse or indoor cycling, this will be an exciting question. What are packages and promotional sales that riders can avail from CycleHouse?
All right. So for well, okay, let me plug our Instagram page. You can find us at CycleHouse MNL on Instagram, or you could visit us on our website. That's cyclehouse.com.ph. We've got the promos and our packages right in our website. And then, actually, yung first ride is for free. So if like you're a new rider with us, you just sign up on our website, and then your first ride is free on us. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. By the way, I don't think we really mentioned the exact location
Oh
of
yeah,
Cycle
okay.
House.
All right. So, address, you can find us on the 8th floor of the Padilla building that's along F. Ortigas Junior Road. Yes.
Wow. Galing.
So-
Yeah, it's there.
So I guess like if you work in the Ortigas area or live nearby and you're interested,
yeah.
you can go to Cycle House.
Or
Yeah.
like if you want to pass by, like, pass time lang to kill traffic. Yun.
That's true.
Uh-oh.
With how horrendous our traffic
Yes.
is.
So we wanna end with something like, if you wanna invite, people who haven't tried it, like Karen, try it.
Yes.
So ano yung parang bibigay mo na tips,
Yes.
for example, for first timers? Or paano sa pwede mag-prepare, or like ano yung pwede lang i-prepare mentally also.
Okay. Come as you are, and just bring in your mindset that you're gonna have fun, and you're going to have a fun, safe, and effective workout.
Fun,
Nice.
safe, and effective.
How about
FSE.
Coach?
Well, my tip would be first, I really advise like those who haven't been working out for at least 3 months to get like a doctor's permit first. If you haven't been working out, or at least like you get your complete blood check. But yeah, if you want to get into working out, but if you have been like doing some form of cardio or walking, then you can join anytime. But I would suggest join one of our classes called Kickstart. We got this class called Kickstart, which is the friendliest class, and it's really friendly to new riders. So you won't get traumatized when you ride any of our rides.
Yeah, that's true.
So you learn the basic technique, you learn how to set up your bike, you learn about our moves, the Cycle House moves.
Yeah.
And usually, how often is this kickstart? Right?
Kickstart, I have like at least once a week.
Okay, and then usually the other classes are spread out, like spin hit.
Spin hit, fun
Yes.
rides.
Theme rides, you got theme rides.
Okay. Okay, so just before we end, can we plug again Cycle House and maybe your personal Instagram accounts or
Okay.
social media? If you,
Alright.
if you guys want lang. No pressure.
Go, Jolo.
All right. So again, plugging Cycle House, you can find us on Instagram, CycleHouse MNL. You could also visit us on our website, cyclehouse.com.ph. Personal Instagram.
If you don't have to. I mean, if you
Okay, let's
No,
not.
no pressure. But yeah,
Sorry.
your packages are there. Like if you wanna
Yeah.
contact Cycle House, you can ask
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah, on
Super
Instagram.
responsive. Instagram account. Everything's there.
Yeah, and we really hope to see you
Or you
there.
can ask Coach King.
You can also ask me, ask us. So yeah.
I will consider for
Yes.
some time. I
Yes.
learned a lot about indoor cycling and Cycle House today. So thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us,
Thank you.
Coach Mitch and Jolo.
Thank
I
you.
personally learned so much about indoor cycling.
Yes.
And it sounds very exciting. So maybe next year because I'm busy this month. Sorry. So
Ayun,
maybe
balik loob. Ayun, balik alindog after Christmas
Yeah.
season.
yes. So thank you so much again for taking the
Thank you.
time.
Welcome. Thank you
Thank you.
also for the experience.
So catch our episode next week when we start talking about car centrism and cycling in a car-centric city. Subscribe to the Cycling Matters podcast on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts. Our episodes are the next best thing to riding your bike on a Monday. Just search Cycling Matters on your favorite podcast platform while brewing your morning coffee or tea. Put on some headphones and enjoy the discussion. You can catch more of Cycling Matters on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, or on our website at cyclingmatters.ph. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next episode of the Cycling Matters podcast. Until then, ride safe, Philippines. Bye!